is LWT, part of the ITV network. It's now time to hit the rewind button as we join those cheeky chaps over at the Retro Asylum.
Hello and good evening. Hopefully I'm coming through okay. You can't see this, but I'm looking at myself just off camera now. Welcome to a Sunday night stream. Welcome to the Retro Asylum. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Trying to think back to when it was. Probably, I don't know, well, certainly before the Kong off. I think it was probably around like April, something like that, March, April. Just really busy with life and everything else, as it were. But yeah, I thought, why not choose to do another sort of hangout on one of the hottest days of the year. So that's kind of where we are. But what it was, the IGS core came out on the Mister this week. I think it was Thursday, and I wanted to get stuck. There's some great shooters on this, great vertical shooters, and my arcade cab. I've known for a while that the CRT monitor is in there sort of upside down, and most arcade cores on the Mister, you can flip them within the core settings. You can flip the screen. On this one you can't at the moment. Maybe they'll bring out like an option to do that in the future, but at the moment you can't. And so I thought, you know what, Sunday night I'm gonna flip the monitor, put that the right way round, play a couple of games. Why not just put it out as a stream and just a Sunday night hangout stream. It's been a while actually since I've done any tinkering with the arcade cab. I had it initially. It came in a vertical monitor, and then I flipped it to horizontal to play a few games. And because I got the CRT just behind me there, I was kind of like, there's no point in having two horizontal screens in here and the big sort of modern screen. So I was like, I'll keep it vertical, put it back to vertical, powered it up, then realised I'd put it in upside down. Unfortunately, I can't face doing that again. After bolting it all in and everything, so I was like, I'll leave it and just flip the cores in the settings. But yeah, this one's come out, and there's no way to flip the core in the settings. So that is why normally when I do these, it's all run through a video capture card, and some of the video is a lot better. This is kind of just going to be like, I'm on my phone. I'm just going to put it to one side. We'll improve the lighting for when when I'm streaming, for when I'm doing the tinkering side of things. But I thought we'll play a couple of games first. We'll play the current 10p arcade game, which you can probably hear in the background. It's Metal Slug. Absolutely great game. Really enjoying playing that. I think I made it up to level 3 so far on 1 credit. So I'm doing all right. The best score that I had actually was into level 3. Sorry, it was into level 3, but it was one of the lowest scores on level 1. It's weird. And then obviously over on the Retro Asylum, we've got our own high score challenge going on the Discord, which I can't even remember what that is. What is it this month? We'll play that anyway. We'll play that. I've got a couple of pickups to get stuck into as well. Not so much retro stuff. I've said before, a lot of the retro stuff that I play now, I'm playing it on the Mister. especially the 16 and 32-bit stuff and the 8-bit stuff. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I've been picking up, there's some Switch, some PS3, there's a couple of PS4 games in there. And yeah, I did get it down off the shelf. There's a PS5 game in there as well. So I'm still picking up some physical PS5 stuff. But I've got the Bristol Gaming Market, actually. Grab a beer. I've got the Bristol Gaming Market in a week's time. So yeah, that's a week today. And yeah, maybe I'll pick up a couple of bits there. I think there's probably not going to be anything in terms of like Mega Drive games, Master System games, stuff like that. Like I say, I play it all on the Mister with actual controllers and stuff, so on the CRT. But what I might pick up if I'm there and I see some stuff is like Game and Watch. So it's like stuff that it doesn't really emulate it. You can't really emulate it as well. You can emulate Game and Watch, but there's something about, it's the same as the Vectrex, there's something about those sort of LCDs or the vector screen on the Vectrex that it just doesn't feel as authentic and as good when you're emulating it, for me anyway. Let me jump on here. We'll have a quick look if we've got anything in the chat. And then, in fact, what we'll do, let's get stuck into a game. I'll move the camera so it's a little bit better for Metal Slug. So here we go. Apologies. There we go. Right. So I'm going to be just a little bit behind. Not the best viewing angle really, but I'll try and just zoom in that a little bit. There we go. Metal Slug. Right, let's have a quick look. I've just realised, so none of my, so normally, like I say, I'll use I use a different scene that I've set up in OBS, and I've just realised that there's no chat showing on this one. So bear with me. And I will see if I can find the setting. Right, can't seem to find it on the PC. That's a lesson learned for next time. Right, let's get stuck into some Metal Slug. Right. I've got YouTube open now on my other phone. Doesn't say who's watching. You guys, you're gonna just have to like drop a message or something. Say hello in the chat or something. Because I can't see it. YouTube live control panel. Right, found it. Right, bear with me 1 second, guys. There we go, we've got it open. Right. John V is in the chat. Hello, John. Good to hear from you, mate. I got your question as well. I've even printed it out, John. I'm going old school like John's Arcade reference here. Got it printed out on a piece of paper. No shoddy table and a popcorn machine though, unfortunately. Right. John, let me know if that volume's loud enough. Let's get a bit more. Again, because it's all coming through the TV speaker this now. So it's got to be, when you hear, it's got to be one of the most annoying attract screens ever, this Metal Slug. Great game, terrible attract screen. Right, let's have a go. Let's get stuck straight into a game, shall we? I can see it looks okay on my little sound sort of dashboard. Right, here we go then. So I am playing using, oops, wrong button, the 8-bit Do control pad. The 8-bit Do Neo Geo controller. Now if you want big bonuses, you've got to get through to that end. You've got to rescue all the hostages, and your bonus will reset if you die. Swap over to that, and away we go. There we go. Oh no. Oh no. Right, we're calling this a warm-up then. Doesn't matter too much if you take a couple of hits on the tank, because you should get... Oh! Well, that's never happened before. Didn't know you could do that. I've always shot the helicopter. Well, that's never happened before. Yeah, I've always shot the helicopter. He's going to run off. And that helicopter then crashes into the building. Now, one of the guys was saying on Twitter today, there's apparently some hostages in this waterfall somewhere. So there's these two guys. The top one, you should have time to go and rescue him. There we go. Right. Let's take that guy out. No. Right. Up there. Up there. There we are. Right. See, I've only got 3 because I'd rescued maybe 3 or 4 before I died. Right, let's turn that up again. John says it's very very clicky. Yes, mate, that's my my Neo Geo controller. Hopefully that will get hidden a little bit. You shouldn't hear it as much now. There we go. Right, take a few of these guys out first. There we go. Oh! I wasn't concentrating then. Not sure how you get that little Oh yeah, not sure how you get that little fish. Or frog, whatever it was. Right, got to keep some of those back. And then over here. Hopefully that's a little bit louder now, John. You'll have to let us know, mate. There we go. Now the next one's the one you want because you want the shotgun. Oh, I should have jumped over here really. Right, we'll call this a warm-up anyway. Right, now we swap over to the machine gun. Get loads, getting as many shots as you can. And then just a little edge. There we go. Take this guy out. Oh. Right. What we can do, whoops, a daisy. There we go, faffing with the remote. Yeah, there's a bit too much reflection when I have it like that. Right, one more go then at Metal Slug. Let us know if it needs to go up any more, John. Right, here we go. You could probably stay here and spam points for a little bit, I reckon. But you don't really get many. Right. And then drop. Oh no, it was the wrong way. that way. Should get him now. There he goes. Oh no, he's going to run off. I should get him. I should get him. There we go. Get close to that guy. Yeah, I feel like there should be I feel like there should be some more hostages. I'm gonna have to take the hit there. No, he's gone. Damn it. Right, let's just get the tank to the end now. I will say the slowdown is horrific. No. So I haven't got the tank to the end. So normally you get like a little bonus as well for getting your tank to the end. I think it's around like 15,000 or something like that. So I'm a little bit lower than normal. Let's make the screen a little bit bigger. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh dear, I'm doing even worse. That's it. I've got to play it safe now. I've only got one life left. So come over here. At least let's get to that end boss. Back over here. How many rockets? I've got 12 rockets left. That should be enough. Oh no, 28 rockets. Oh, 0. Poor showing. Poor showing. Poor showing. Dear. Never really played Metal Slug for games or for points. Yeah, it's a weird one to play for points. But I played through it with I knocked it down to like easy, and then gave myself like 99 credits and just blitzed through the levels, and it was all right actually. I did that, and I did I think it was X where they did a remake. Was it a remake of this one? Don't know. No, I don't think it was. It was just, yeah, X. It's the one where it's like set in the future with like, you end up fighting like robot Nazis and all sorts. There we go. That is Metal Slug. And a poor showing. Like I say, my best run so far is up to level 3. I'm going to blame the fact that I was sat off screen, slightly off centre of the screen. Well, that's my excuse anyway. Right, what we're going to do, we're going for 25 minutes. Shall we dive into Smash TV? Because I can't imagine that's going to be very long. I'm not too... In fact, shall we get stuck into the arcade cab first? Let's get stuck into the arcade cab for a little bit, and then we'll break and play a bit of Smash TV. I think that's probably a good way of doing it. Right, let's move the camera. Let's put the lights up. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I thought it was worth trying. So let's turn the lights up. There we go. And let's move the chair down. And hopefully give you guys a good view of the cab. Now we've got a bit of light. There we go. Right. There we go. Right, let's crank this up a little bit. And zoom out. There we go. Hopefully. How's that? That's not looking too... My God, it's very yellow. Let's turn down one of those... let's turn down this middle light. How's that? Still very yellow. Any smashing of fences, by the way. That's my boys out at the back there, destroying my garden with their with the football. Right, let's have a look. There we go. It's all a learning curve, isn't it? Right. Let's pop that there for now. There we go. Right. It's very yellow. It looks really. Let me try and adjust the light setting on the camera. There we go. That's what I'm after. Ta-da. Right. That's better. Right. A bit more white. Although I do look really red. Very hot. Very hot in here. Right. Let me know if you want the sort of game audio in the background a little bit. So have it sounding a little bit arcadey in here then, won't we? Although I do hate that on that attract screen on Metal Slug. It's horrific. Right. Here we go. Let's pull the cab out. Not take out the radiator. And there we go. Right. And we'll unplug. Unplug her at the back. There we go. Don't want to be getting any nasty shocks. No real need to discharge anything for this. I'm not going into. I'm not going to be going into where the high voltage stuff is. So yeah, when I've done this previously, I had it just left it connected, rotated it round, and it was absolutely fine. Right, just get under here. Is what I am going to have to do. There we go. Control panel down. And then lift this geezer up. There we go, and there we are. We are inside the cab now. On this, so this is a big Century sort of candy cab. It's called a Big Century. It's a candy cab clone. And when I bought it, it didn't have so it didn't even have a light up marquee. So I basically bought a little lighting strip, USB lighting strip, that I run down the back, and that goes either into the Mister board or the Raspberry Pi. Speakers. I bought some new speakers. Again, it's just on like a project list. I've just never got round to replacing them. They can sound a little bit tinny sometimes, depending on the game. Yeah, some it's weird. On some games they sound great, but then I put a speaker bar in here, and the bass from that was awesome when I was playing some of the shooters. So, yeah, I think it is. Some of it is probably. I think on the Pi to Jammer, there's just some of it is how they're emulated. Right. So at the minute, bottom needs to be top. The way the monitor sits in, we've got 4 screws. I think there's nuts on the back. I'll have to stick my head around the back and have a look. But because the monitor sort of leans in, the weight of it keeps it in place, even with those nuts. So in theory, I should, he says, be able to spin it, hold it, and put a couple of nuts in. I'm trying to think, last time I might have had Mrs. Mids here. So we'll see how we get it. Maybe Mrs. Mids will end up on the stream. Right, let me get my head around the back. All fun and games, isn't it? There we go, right. Let me have a quick check of the comments. John Peace pre-dialed 999. Cheers, mate. Get St. John's ambulance on standby. Right, I need my keys. There's a panel on the back, obviously. Got to have a little Sonic on there, haven't you? Right, let's have a look around the back. It's been ages since I went in here. There we go. Right, just got a little panel on the back. In fact, let's take the cable out and give her a spin. And then you can have a look then what you got inside. There we go. So this is your monitor, or your CRT should I say, the arcade CRT. Got a little control board down here. Now that bit there is the bit that we don't want to touch. That's the bit that will throw me to the other side of the room unless I discharge it. I reckon I'm gonna have to go that way. Looking at the cable length, I'm gonna have to. Go that way, I reckon. Because if I go the other way, the cable's gonna wrap round itself. Cool. So. Yeah, that way. Cool, right. Is it check once, blow yourself up twice? Something like that. Right. Let's have a look where these screws are. Weird. It's been ages since I've done this. So what we'll do, I was under the impression there was little nuts on the back holding this on, but we'll soon find out. Let me take this out. No, okay. Oh, that's annoying. Right, it screws into wood. So that is really annoying. Right. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. When you have these ideas and they seems like a good idea at the time, damn, has fun listening to the pod since lockdown. Never seen any of the YouTube stuff. This has just popped up onto the YouTube homepage tonight. Nice to put a face to such familiar for voice. Love the shirt. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. And thanks for stopping by. might be seeing me electrocute myself live on YouTube. We'll see how we go. Right. Hopefully not, though. I'm trying to remember, because I swear, last time I did this, I'm pretty certain it didn't drop, and it held its own weight. No, I did have to get Mrs. Mids in for a bit. What we'll do, if I loosen this off and it drops, there we go, right. See, it's dropped. But it shouldn't go any further, because I don't think the weight's on the screws. And then what I can do, then, oh yeah, I don't think the weight's on the screws. So what I can do, spin it, have the weight sat on it, and then I can just lift it up to put it back into position and then lock it off with the screws. That's the plan, he says. And I'm going that way. So that is going that way, right. Whew. I have to take the glasses off for this one, I think. Now, hopefully, just take the weight. I don't think that's... Right. Let's put them over there. Close that up a little bit. Again. Yeah. Right. Wish me luck. Jesus, that's heavy. Bloody hell. God. Bloody hell, that's heavier than I remember. Right, let's get these 2 screws in. Right, that's 1 in. Oh no, the washer's dropped off. Ah! No! I've got a runaway screw. There we go. Now, I did mark these, so I know where they should go. There we go. Oh my God. Right, let's get some air in here. Bloody hell, that was... Oh God, that was heavier than I remember. Jesus. Some of the cables look a little bit tight on the background here, so what I might have to do, get in here with some snips. There we go. There we go. If in doubt, rip it out. There we go, that's that cable. Everything else is pretty loose. High voltage is good. Right, we're all good. Jesus. Oh my God, that was hard work that. I've got sweat dripping in my eyes. The top bolts don't line up. This was a bad idea, wasn't it, this? Who thought this was a good idea to put on stream? Bloody hell. Let's catch up with the comments a minute. Oh, right, let's have a look. Don't break it, Jim. Oh, right, Swaney, nice to see you, mate. Jim, they just added a flip option. Oh, mate, can you imagine if they had? God dear. Evening, Ollie. Good to see you, mate. 8-bit boy is in the house. Maybe we'll have a little game of Donkey Kong, mate. I need to get out and have a towel off in a minute. I'm absolutely dripping. I swear that monitor's got heavy or I've got weaker. Possibly the latter. Right, let's get these other 2 screws. Jesus. Whew. I'm blaming the heat. Right, I've got 2 screws, you probably can't see them at the top there, just to go in. There we go, and they line up all right. Lost my screws. What I'm going to have to do is leave this loose. Well, in fact, if I tighten up nip the top 2, there we go, that one's in. Don't want to do them too tight because I've got to have a bit of movement on the monitor, but the bottom 2 I drew around the brackets, so in theory I should just be able to like line it up with the 2 bottom ones that I made. I remember why I got Mrs. Mids involved last time. So when I went horizontal with it, I put bolts through it, whereas this has got screw mounts, whereas on the, probably can't see it, I put bolts through, and then I had to get her to, I don't know why I had to get her involved, actually, looking at it now. Who knows? Right. They're hanging on the top ones now. So I can take the bottom ones out, line up to where I drew around the inside of the bracket. Nip the top ones up once they're lined up, and the monitor should be about there. I shouldn't have to keep opening her up, in theory anyway. Right, the joys of owning a cab, Ollie. You've got all this to come, mate, although yours will be a dedicated Donkey Kong, so you won't have to faff around like this. There we go, that's about there, I reckon. Right, let's lift him up and lock that one. And lock that one. There we go. Right, should be about there now, I reckon. Get those bottom 2 on. I mean, eventually, if you're going to keep rotating it, you probably would have to. I would have to swap these out for bolts, and then probably what I'd do then is maybe try and sort of weld. Oh yeah, that feels a bit loose. That doesn't feel the best. That's all right. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. Whew. Right. Let's get power on. Make sure it still works. And then I'm gonna have to. Oh, state of that. Right. I'm gonna have to go and get a cloth, because that monitor is absolutely minging. So let me take my mic off, and I shall be back in a second. Right, back. There we go. Hopefully that's coming through all right now. Just had to get a bit of glass cleaner. I've got sweat marks and all sorts of grease and crap all over there. So, drop that down there. The joys of owning a CRT, honestly. Is it? I don't even know if is it worth the effort. I tell you what. There's that. There's a modern. What are they called? They do a modern sort of candy cab. And I tell you what, I put a post out actually. There was someone put a post out on UK VAC, and I was asking them if they were any good to deal with, and they were like, "Well, they'd not heard anything back from them after they placed an order." And then they got told it was going to be like June or something for a monitor, and I was like, do you know what? If they could sort their stuff out, I might even just swap that out for a modern screen, honestly. Right, well, I think that's the worst bit done. My God, I panicked then. I just saw a cable tie hanging off the back of the board, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that a cable that's just pulled out?" But it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a zip tie. This is horrific. This is absolutely horrific. Why did I think this would be a good idea to do this on a stream? Honestly. Right, let's plug her in. Now, I imagine I'm going to have to play around with the horizontal alignment and everything else. Again, it's just, I suppose in a way it's good, isn't it? It shows you what it's like owning a cab, I suppose. Yeah, I'll have to play around with like the vertical adjustment and the vertical sync and all that sort of stuff, because obviously I'll flip the monitor, so everything's going to be a little bit out of sync. Right, let's pop that back on and let's switch. Hey, she's working, but she's upside down. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't think about this bit. Is there a way to flip the Mister core? And I've got everything's going to be like the wrong way around now, isn't it? Oh, what a nightmare. Right. What a nightmare. Right, let me... reboot. Right. You can't really see that very well, can you? Let me adjust the lighting. John V, is this the dangerous bit? No, the dangerous bit's done now, mate. I've survived the dangerous bit. But what I've got now is an upside down Mister menu. And I don't know if you can flip that the other way. I think that might be an INI setting. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, what a nightmare. Right. I'm trying to do this upside down. What a terrible idea this was. Scripts maybe? USB favorites, INI settings. There we go. No. Mr. I can't even read this. Like, what am I thinking? Favorites. Define joystick buttons, remap keyboard, core volume, config, main config. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Right. Let me turn the lighting down a little bit. There we go. Right, let me bring the camera in as well. Right, the menu's just gone off. That's normal. That's just like a little time thing. So you can see the menu at the minute. We've got it set for horizontal mode. Now, where did I find that? I think it was in here. So config main. Hopefin, no. Remap keyboard, scripts. No, right. I reckon this might be an ini setting that I've got to change. Turn the cab over. Cheers, Ollie. That's helpful. Right. No, I've lost my phone though. Now you got all this to come. Google will be your friend, your best mate. Mr. What we got? Mr. Rotate screen. Best advice I can give you is to look at all the vertical games, blah 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 blah. Screen rotation. To rotate the screen, either adjust the global settings or use core specific settings. Because Mr. Accurate, adjust the global settings. Oh, it is. Oh, it's an ini setting. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. It's one thing after another, this. Right. So now I've got to take my SD card out of the Mister. I tell you what I could do, because I've got a Python jammer. So let me turn it off. Right. Do you know what? Let's just do the Mister while we're here, because the whole thing was so I could play a Dead on Patch 2. So let's stay on target. Come on, stick with it. What time are we on? 9:30. We'll go till 10:30. Right. And in we go. So I don't know if that's coming out properly. Can you see that? No. Pop that there. And then we'll take that out. Right, so this is the Mister board. And I've modified it a little bit, shortened these cables, and I put a new USB sort of power supply in there, and I've put on one of the Noctua fans because it's silent. Then the other fan I could hear it. It was sort of like vibrating its way out. I could hear it, and it was annoying me. So yeah, I changed that. It was pretty easy to do, to be honest. But we take... Now, which one is it? Yeah, it is that one. Right. So I've got my SD card out. let me put that over there. Right, and I will bring you round to the PC in a second. What I don't want to do is start moving stuff around. There we go, right, that's in. So if I minimise, cancel, it's never done that before. Right, there we go. Right, so if I spin this round, then you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. Let me know if that is too loud, by the way, the Metal Slug stuff. So, there we go. So this is my SD card that I'm looking at now from the Mister. And in here there's a INI file, or an INI file. Where is it? Config. See, normally what I do on my Mister that's connected to this, I can remote into that through the web. But this Mister in my arcade cab, I haven't put a Wi-Fi adapter in there, so I can't remote in. On the one that's on there, it's so easy. But nothing about this arcade cab is easy. Right, where's the mini file? Mini file. Is it that one? No. Games. I thought it'd be in config. It literally says like INI. Right, back to Google. Well, I don't know why I've gone over onto my phone. I've literally set out a PC with Google on it. Right, Mr. INI file location. In the root of the SD card, it'll be a media fat. Media. Brilliant. I haven't got a media. Is it in there? Media found. Over a terminal. It shouldn't be taking that long. Config settings, it's got. It's got to be one of these. VGA monitor, display, scan lines. So they're all settings for a modern display. Any settings? There we go. Right, we found it. That was hard work. Or I made it look like hard work anyway. To rotate the screen, you can adjust the global settings or blah 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 blah. Find the setting rot. OSD rotate. There we go. 0 is no rotation. 1 is rotate right. 2. So it's 1. So I just need to change that to a 2. Menu, blah, 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 blah. The rest I'm going to have to do in game, so that is just save, exit, exit, exit. There we go. And then bring that back up. Spin that back round so you can see the cab. And we'll catch up right with the comment. Looks and sounds fine. Make a backup of your INI file first. Too late, Swaney. I live by the sword, die by the sword. That's me. Actually, on a PC, it might just be in the top directory. We've got it. I know what I've changed. The only thing I've changed is that rotate file. Right, let's pop him back in. And then plug him back into the jammer harness. Like that. Pop him on there. Right. There we go. Right, let's bring that in for the big reveal. Now we should have... Where's my beer? God dear, I need that. We should have him the right way around now. Hey, there we go. Check that out. I tell you what, sometimes, not very often, but sometimes I impress myself. Right. Arcade. And so what I was talking about, if you have a look here, you can see like probably doesn't come across very well, but I can see it really clearly. I've got a black border, and that basically just means I've got to adjust a pot or potentiometer to bring the screen this way. Now the pots are just in the back. And have I got my screwdrivers here? That's the question. That is the question. Pretty sure they're in here somewhere. My little tiny screwdriver bag. There he is. Oh my god, nearly dropped. Oh, we dropped one. Right, yeah, my little Watchman screwdriver. Trusty little piece of kit. The screws are just about to go everywhere. But what I'll do, excuse me, what I'll do, I'll get a little torch. I don't think you're going to be able to see it very well. You know, you're probably not going to be able to see it very well. What we'll do, bring that back, bring the monitor down, the control panel down, and they're sort of kind of under here, so you won't be able to see them, but I'll just make sure I've got, and what I'm going to do is adjust horizontal position. Probably going to be best doing it from this side actually. Let me drop that down. I get my arm in. You need about 3 pairs of arms for this. Now I sort of just crank my neck, bring that to the middle. Doesn't matter too much about that, to be honest. In the vertical position, you're just going to be bringing that left and right, so it's in the middle. There we go. And what you might find, each game might be slightly different, and you can adjust that within the core itself then. Let's have a look at, let me turn that down a little bit. Honestly, great game, terrible track screen. Right, let's go with Donkey Kong, because don't worry, I'm not going to play it. But I've put enough hours into that game now that I know. So obviously the screen's upside down now. And move the camera in. There you are, look. So the screen's upside down. What I need to do, hold the start button, and in here somewhere there'll be a flip screen. Flip it on. And then you can adjust your horizontal and your vertical actually within the core. So with this one, it doesn't actually look too bad. However, what you need to be aware of is that, does that relate to that? That doesn't actually look too bad, to be honest. Bring that across a little bit. Bring it right down, and it loops through. So then you can just put the screen where you want it. About there, I reckon. Save settings. Did that save? Don't know if that saved. Save settings, and there you go. Now I've got a little bit of discoloration up here, and that might be because sort of around the CRT you've got this like a voltage inducer, and any sort of electromagnetic interference, when it starts up, that fires like a voltage around, and that should get rid of any of that. Mine's a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'd probably need to replace it, but what I have got is a handy little tool for that, so we'll fire that up as well. Proper little AliExpress job this. So open her up. There she is. Now look at that, dodgy as you like that. If you want to set fire to your house, that's what you need to buy. On AliExpress they're about £4, £5, something like that. And basically what this is just going to induce like an electromagnetic field, and I'll move that around the monitor, and you'll see the monitor shaking, and that will get rid of all that discoloration. But my God, does it get hot. Basically you've got two sort of cores in here, and that's what you put the voltage through, and that's the current through, and that's what generates your field. But those copper cores, I'm guessing they're just windings, I've never looked, but they get really, really hot. I guessing it works like similar like a transformer, that you put sort of into one current into one and then you get more or less out the other side, whereas this maybe they're evenly wound and that's what you get your electromagnetic field. I don't know, but my god, does it get hot. You can't have it on for very long and it vibrates really. I'm dread to think what it's doing. Like if you've got like a pacemaker or something, you probably shouldn't be using one of these. Right, let me move that out of the way. There we go. The cable's not long enough, but there we go. Right, let me bring this in and you'll see it change colour. I don't know if it's probably, I think there's a light shining, isn't there? Let me knock that off. There we go. Still probably can't see it very well, but if I, and what you got to do, see now I've got good reds. I've got, yeah, that's sorted it straight away. What you sometimes find, and I'll induce it. So you got like green down here, and what you want to do is like little circles around. But I find just a few sort of random taps around the screen, and that normally does the trick. I had it a minute ago, and now you see it's getting really hot now. Just wait for the screen to come back on. See, it looks okay now, but when the actual level comes up, you'll probably find that it looks a little bit discoloured. Yeah. Perfect. Right, don't need to touch that again. Right, that's bloody hot, so we'll put that down on the windowsill. You can get a lot better quality ones than that. That's that's the AliExpress job. And like I say, I've got there's a proper cable that runs around the outside of the monitor that should do that for you. But as with anything, it's always on the list of projects to do, isn't it? Always on the list to do. But there we are. Right, in theory now, every time I boot up Donkey Kong, that's fine. That'll be all good. Another one I've been playing a lot of is, so we go to core and bomb jack. So this is another reason why I don't move that monitor around all the time, because it's a faff, man. It's a proper faff. See, she's upside down, but that's fine. All we need to do, we don't need to mess around with the little, I can't remember what that's called now. Degauser. It's a degauser. We don't need to mess around with the degauser. That should be okay now. Orientation, flip screen on. That puts it back the right way. Save settings. Exit out of there, drop a coin in. Why has it gone into that? Probably just needs shifting across a little bit. So vertical adjust, loop it through till it's back in the middle. And that's it. Save settings and exit. So I might have to do that with each game. I'm not going to stand and do that now because nobody wants to see that, and I certainly don't want to be doing it. But what I will do is I'll go to core and we'll go to, so this is what it was all about. Dodon patch. There we are, Dodon patch 2. So this was the one that kicked me up the bum and said, right, come on. PGM, Polygame Master. So this was IGS. Now, actually, if I don't know, would you say that are they a bit niche IGS? I mean, they've got some well-known games, but if you haven't got a cab, there's a collection on the Switch, the IGS collection. And that's got some really Demon. I think it's called Demon Front. And that's like a Metal Slug that clone, basically Metal Slug style run and gun, done by IGS. That is brilliant. That's really, really good. That's IGS. That's on there. There's some walk, right, and fight style games that are really, really good as well. What are they called? Let me have a look what they're called. I think it might be on my other phone. What we'll do, because I won't be able to play them on here anyway, because they're obviously horizontal. But and I've not ran the update all on my other Mister. But before I finish, I'll just quickly go through the game list. Because there's some proper good stuff on that IGS. There's a physical version. I think it might be like a limited run or strictly limited or something like that. But you could obviously go onto the eShop and download it. Now, one thing I have noticed is this comes up with a Z80Q error. I'm guessing that is a board error. What I don't know is if I put coins in, it'll stop the error from coming up. Like I say, this core only just got released to update all on Thursday, so I imagine over the next sort of few days, week, whatever it will be, there'll be a few updates to the core. But what I'll need to do, what this doesn't have, which is why I had to flip the monitor, was it doesn't have that flip screen mode, that flip screen option, which you saw in something like Donkey Kong and Bomb Jack. They had a flip screen. This one doesn't, and I think the Cave core doesn't have a flip screen either, so I haven't been able to play any of the Cave games on here. I had to play them using my Python, and they run a little bit better on the Mister. When I've played them on my Mister over there and put the TV on its side, which is always a little bit sketchy in it, but they run really well. Right, what we want to do, somewhere in here there is, might be scroll down, video settings. If in doubt, it's right in front of you, isn't it? Right. Consumer CRT. This isn't a consumer CRT, so you can turn that off. Horizontal, orientational, vertical. I think that is more for if it goes onto a modern display as opposed to this CRT. What we do, bring that up. So he's got to come right up to 16. Again, I could adjust this with the potentiometers, but then obviously you're adjusting it for every single game, and then you'd have to do this every single time. So you're better off adjusting it in the core where you can. So 16, and then video, bring vertical, bring that across. Horizontal scaler. Click that on, and that is looking lovely. What I'll do while I'm here is adjust somewhere in here. There we are. Define the buttons. Right, so right, left, down, up, A, B, C. Don't think there's a D on this one, so we can skip that. Come down to my board. Ow, I just put my finger in the fan. Where is it? There it is. Skip that. That's start. Coin, I'll make that one. Pause. No, I can't have a pause. I've run out of buttons. I'm pretty sure there's 3 buttons on this game. So we'll skip that. Press SS. Don't know what that is, we'll skip that. Skip that. Do you want to set up buttons? No. Save settings. And that's it. That's as much as you need to do. The core is now set up for every single time you want to play the game. All we'll need to do, let me what's that got caught on? There we are. Right, that's locked down. Is that coming through all right? Yeah. Right, what we'll do, we'll reset. And that's it. Every time I load up that core now, it's good to go. So we'll turn them off. Hopefully that'll just sort out the light balance on there. And what we'll do, there we go, right, we'll throw a coin in. Three ships, it's standard sort of stuff. One does like one's fast and has got a narrow shot, one's got a wide shot and is a bit slower, and then the other one's like a, what's the other one do? I think the other one, I've never used it, but I think it like fires at the side of you or something. Pretty quiet. But I've been playing for longer, so then yeah, I've been playing for longer, so I mean it's not crashed now. So good. And the thing is, these boards, if you want to buy an actual board, they go for so much money, the cave stuff. Although I think this wasn't developed by Cave. This was this obviously IGS, and then I think Capcom distributed it. Let's check. What we'll do, we'll check the Cave stuff. So Dodon patch, obviously. I think Cave came back for the third Dodon patch game. Let me just move that there. How's that? Just because it was. There we go. How's that looking? Right, let me catch up on the comments a minute. Looks compacted. Invader Boy. Ollie Nice. Smiler 2. Welcome. Could you not have the screen flat and reflect it to the right view with mirrors? Yeah, I could do that. I haven't got any mirrors on me though. But yeah, you could do that. I think I'm not sure if you was here for when I was moving the monitor around. I like to make things as complicated for myself as possible, or at least that's how it looks anyway. But you can see Dodon patch is the right way round. Awesome. All I need to do is adjust the horizontal to bring it up. Just the vertical? Probably not. Where's it gone? It's crashed. Well, it's not done that before. Right, it should now. I've got it set as well that it will always boot into the last game. Again, it's just a little setting that you can switch on. That's weird, that. I don't know why that. Right, so let's save that. Horizontal. Probably just looking, I need to bring it. Yeah, okay. Right, so when you adjust the vertical, it kills the core. So this is one, if you wanted to, if I want to, I'd have to just use the potentiometer to bring that one across. That's obviously like a little bug in the core. John V, what are the chances the core gets updated with a flip option next week? Probably a good chance, mate. If I click a button and then that will stop it booting into the next game. Let me adjust that. How's that looking? That's better, isn't it? Much better. Right. What are we going to play, guys? What are we going to play? Let's do a little bit of Mister for a little while. Now we've faffed around with that, and I'll put the cab back together in a bit. But we got a good focus on there now. What was the other one? There was another one that I've been wanting to play for a while, and that was upside down. I think Hot Dog. Where is it? Hot Dog Storm. That's the one. It's another vertical shooter. But again, this one didn't have a flip option. The flip option doesn't work. So define the buttons: right, left, down, up. Normal, bombs, full auto, start, coin. No pause, because again I've got a wire in the buttons, but so then we exit through that. Do that. Save, exit. And I might need, yeah, reset the core. Sometimes you have to reset it if you change any of the settings. But in theory now, tell you what I'm going to do. Let me get my trusty torch. There we go. Right. I'm pretty sure there's a volume pot on here. There she is. And you find that each game as well will have its. Some will be quieter than others, which is a little bit annoying. But chuck a coin in, so you can see straight away on this. This is slightly off, which is a bit bloody annoying. Ah, right, okay. I'm going to have to adjust the pot. So when I bring it down to 5, 6, 7, I lose it at 7. So yeah, okay. I'm going to have to adjust the pot to bring it over for the rest. which is a bit annoying, but there we go. And the screen as well. So, because I jump around between various games, it's not really something I do. But if you're going to have it as like a dedicated game, you'd make the screen sort of to your monitor using the pots. But I play loads of different games, so maybe there'd be an option in service mode. I don't know. But what we'll do, we'll just chuck a coin in and have a go. That's the bomb button. Like I said, it's not one that I put a lot of time into, but I've seen it and it looks quality. Yeah, there we go, right. Again, I'm going to have to do a little bit more tinkering with it, but there we go, right. Give us a game and we'll get stuck into one. Otherwise, I'll just play Bomb Jack. Bomb Jack. Let's go. Bit of Bomb Jack. And this is probably going to be really loud now because I turned it up. Cool, right, here we go. Bit of Bomb Jack. Chuck a coin in. Right, I've forgotten the buttons. I found as well, when I first set this mister up, I was playing a lot of games with the left hand button next to the stick as the action button, and as I've played more and more, I found that I prefer it to the button further away. So cool, right, here we go, proper go now. Oh. Should be getting 50,000 points early on level 1. There we go, that's how you do it. Such a good game, such a good game. Need to get the bird over there, don't want to take the... Now he should go. Ah. I was expecting him to drop down then. Now when you land on this platform, he's supposed to drop off. I was just waiting there just to see if like a little power up would appear or... Oh no. Now he should drop off, yeah, there we go. Oh. Come on. Extra man, nice. Now this is the level, this is the one. Normally lose a few lives on there. There we go. There is a way. You like sort of tap against the wall whilst jumping, whilst pressing jump, and then you will spam points. Oh god, that sped up then. Oh, just get a little bit greedy. That's a good game. I've noticed that I'm getting like a little line come up now and again. There you are, save it, and then that saves it onto the high score table as well. Happy days. Right. Oh. How are we doing for time? 10:15. Yeah, I'm just getting a little line come up there. I think the best thing to do is to get it back into position and then get power off and just make sure everything's connected up. Let's get some lights on. And we'll play a bit of Smash TV just to finish off. Well, that's I'll tell you what, let's get him back. There was definitely like a bit of weird flickering or something there. I've lost my keys now as well. Oh dear. There we go. Right, yeah. Honestly, what a faff. Is it the board? Everything looks alright there. There's no... cables aren't too tight. That is a bit tight, that one. Just need to... Make sure there's just nothing touching. But no one wants me to see me be doing that tonight. Right, let's get the board back on. Cable goes underneath. There we go. Whew. Honestly, what a faff. Right, what I'll do... There we go, right. Let's play a bit of Smash TV to finish off. I'll leave Bomb Jack running. I'll turn the volume down a little bit because I think it makes a right old din. Maybe it don't. Right, we'll leave that running. I'm just going to check on it every so often. Oh, it does, yeah. Right, turn the volume down a little bit. Drop a coin in. That'll do. Right. Well, that seems actually it stopped flickering. So maybe there was two. So when I've looked in the back, then there was a couple of cables that were a little bit tighter than they probably should be. And I've just unclipped them from the little retainer they were in, and that seems to have done the trick. Fingers crossed. Right. Smash TV. We're on SNES, so we'll use a SNES controller. Annoyingly though, with the Mister, we have to use the 8-bit do to go through the menus, the snack. Let me know if that's still too loud actually. Bomb Jack in the background. I can turn it off. It seems to have stopped doing its thing. No, it's just flickered again. Right. Further invest required on that. Right. I can go off for now. Ah, these things, honestly. That's why I've been putting it off and putting it off. Because it was working really, really nicely. And then you just do these things, don't you? And something breaks or... what was it? Smash TV, wasn't it? Super Smash TV. There we go, right. So now I can swap over to the SNES controller. And what we'll do, we'll zoom in a little bit. John says, try not to beat my Smash TV score. There's not much chance of that, mate. I am terrible at this game. Like, really, really bad. There we go, how's that? Right, let's get some volume on. Turn that one down. Right then, Smash TV. So this is obviously the Retro Asylum high score challenge for the month of June. Master System game coming in July, John. Oh, for crying out loud. I know what I haven't done. So I tried to set a score with my DualShock controller. Didn't seem to make any difference. I was still just as bad. But what I need to do is put snack on. Where's that? Hardware. Serial snack. Oh, it is on. Oh, how weird. Why did that just go? Here we go then, right. That's better. So we're on the face buttons for shooting, the D-pad obviously for moving. Bingo! I find I get really distracted playing this game, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's because of how busy the screen is. I never seem to get distracted that much playing Robotron. But I've not even made it to the boss. It's so hard. This game's just nails. And you're gonna need it. Oh, nearly got walloped then. Let's get that shotgun. Nice. Ah. Get the shotgun. Nice. Whew. Now I think if you go down, it takes you to like a little, where is it up? One of them takes you to like a, oh, I've not seen that before. One takes you to like a little, yeah, I've got the wrong way. So this takes you to where you have to, like a little tougher area where there's like, I think there's like extra objectives. Dude, no. Shotgun, nice. Move a little bit quicker with that one. which is good. Sometimes. Oh, dude. Let's get in there, get a few of them. Come on, yes. Nice. Doesn't seem to give you much points for killing the enemies. Nice. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Oh my god, I find with this game as well, because it's so intense, I stop breathing. No. I saw myself getting boxed in then. I was just watching where I was shooting. That's it, last life. What is your score, John? Dude! Dude! Oh no! Come on, I've got to try and break 1,000,000. Come on, get that shotgun, get that shotgun. Yes. Oh no. No way. That might be is that my top score? It doesn't save your scores on this, so the only way to track it would be to see what I put on the Discord. I've definitely not hit 1,000,000 yet, but I think we're going to have another go. Let's go. Last game of the night. You'll need it. Oh, what's that one? I've seen that one before. So I need to come down and across one, and I'm nearly at the boss there. You'll need it. Nice. Nice, good run, good run. Let's go up again. Oh God, that was lucky. It's not giving me many power. Oh, it's not giving me many power ups there. Get the key. Oh no. I don't know. Oh, come on. Get that. Yes. Whew, and breathe. It's handy that. Ah, I swear at times you just die out of nowhere. I've noticed I ain't had any of those, like, sometimes you get these like red balls come flying in for no reason. Prizes. Yes. Come on. Nice. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, let's see, what was that for? Dude. Come on, gotta get up to that bomb. Oh no. Nice. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. Oh my God. Well, that's definitely my best score. So we'll be uploading that to the Discord. Yes way. Oh, right. Tell you what, let's zoom that out a little bit. Oh, right, blimey. Let me know in the comments and stuff how you thought that went. Like I say, normally I'll have like a direct feed from a HDMI into the capture card, and that's how I like tend to capture the games. But yeah, because I wanted to sort the cab out, the only way really to do it was to sort of have a remote camera that I would use my phone and then just move that around the room. So yeah, I think video quality probably always takes a bit of a hit when you do stuff like that. Maybe there's a better way of doing it that I don't know. Again, let me know. Hopefully you found it, and you might have found it interesting with the faff with the arcade cab. There's always something goes wrong when you move these things around and fiddle with CRTs and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I kept putting it off, but getting that IGS core out has kind of gave me like, right, come on, get this done. Guys, I'm going to call it there for the night. I shall... Where are we gone? Next Sunday, I'm at the Bristol Gaming Market. I might actually do a bit of video there, and like put some sort of YouTube video out. We'll see. I've not done one before, the Retro Game Market. I presume... Blimey O'Reilly, that's going. I presume it's going to be something akin to what we used to see at like the revivals, and now you get it at Crash Live and stuff like that, don't you? So yeah, I presume it's going to be something like that. I'll capture a bit of video and yeah, well maybe I'll put a little something out. Have a good week. Look out for that. Keep a lookout on the Retro Asylum for new episodes. What we got coming in July? We've got a chat with Sean and Andrew from Evercade, the SG-1000 episode, the follow up to that, so the Master System, that's going to be coming. In terms of the YouTube stuff, something that I'm doing, I'm going to go for the Castle of Illusion speedrun record on NTSC. I've done the PAL 1, I've had a little practice on the Mister and that I smashed it, so I'm going to go for that. But I thought it might make a good video just to see the process. I've got to film me doing it anyway, so I thought, well, it might be fun to see the process of uploading it to Twin Galaxies. Then your score has to get verified and people vote on it, and that's where it can get a little bit They'll be interesting. People start, if you beat someone's score, they can start poking holes in stuff that you do, even if you're not breaking any rules. So yeah, that could be quite fun to do. Right, guys, have a good week. I shall catch you on the next one. And where are we? Right, yeah, I shall catch you on the next one. Keep an eye out on the Retro Asylum for episodes, YouTube, podcasts, all the rest of it. Cheers, and thanks for stopping by, everyone who's commented as well. Glad I didn't blow myself up, because that would have been proper embarrassing. Might have even taken down the YouTube channel, who knows? But it did happen, so all good.